Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Monday live. We are streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and we're gonna be here every week. There's a lot of changes to report, and today we'll talk about how travel will be impacted by the recent executive orders. People are concerned about coming in and out of the United States. We'll talk about that. And as always, allow you to ask questions as we do every week. That's the goal here. So, as we do always, let me know where you're joining on in from tonight. We've got people watching from all over the world on all the platforms, Instagram, the Facebook, YouTube, and we're going to join with our TikTok audience in a few minutes. So yeah, let me know where you're from. Travel has been a big one, and I think it's really important to talk about the movement of people in and out. We know that travel bans are coming in. People are worried about it. People using advanced parole. It's hard to know essentially what's going to happen. We had a client, um, hi Renly, Betsby, here we go. Shirley, thanks guys. Yeah, let me know where you're tuning in from. We have our TikTok community has joined us. Welcome, guys. We have a lot of questions to talk about, but travel has been a big problem for a lot of people, and that's why um, today we're going to talk about travel. What is going to change. Recently I had a conversation with a client that they traveled on advanced parole, and then they detained them for like 3 hours because the CBP officer was confused because Trump canceled all the parole programs, but the advanced parole is different than humanitarian parole. So there's a lot of confusion at the border. So if you are traveling outside the United States, you got to be careful how you do it. And I want to share with you some tips and some things you should be aware of when you are traveling outside of the United States. Um, it will be affecting green card holders. It's affecting people on visas. It's affecting those of you that have DACA. Um, and yeah, Sam on TikTok, try calling your number. You know what, Sam? Send me a DM right now. I will figure out what happened. So if you send me your number in the DM, we'll trace it. But we are getting a lot of calls. We're trying to get back to everybody. So please be patient as well. All right, let's jump into the questions, guys. So, but one thing before we start with the questions, I just want to let you know that travel will be impacted in many ways. It's going to take longer. Thanks, lady. Appreciate it. It's going to take longer for people to cross back and forth. If you're traveling with an advanced parole, if you're traveling with your green card, you're going to be expecting a lot of delays at the port of entry. Also, if you are going through a court proceeding and you have a green card, even if you're not convicted, you might be having some delays at a port of entry coming in here. So be very mindful um, of travel right now. Whether you have DACA and you go on your advanced parole, you will have delays at a port of entry, um, and travel bans might start be implemented in about 2 months. We don't know the countries that are being impacted, but we can think of. I mean, we can guess, right? We're talking about vetting. They're saying that countries that are not doing the same vetting to make sure that they don't have dangerous people coming from those countries are going to be banned from coming to the United States, or at least putting some restrictions on those people. So, and also people that are currently inside the United States, and if they suspect that, you were supporting governments that are not in line with U.S. principles, then they're going to be start looking for people who are currently inside the United States. So travel is a big concern for a lot of our viewers, and I want to talk about it today. All right, so let's start some questions, and I'll give you some more updates as we speak. Like I said, there was a memo that was just released a couple of days ago, specifically trying to clarify the issue with people traveling on advanced parole, and they are educating the CBP officers to let them know that advanced parole is not the same as humanitarian parole. And while those programs are on hold, people that come and go on advanced parole because of their going through the green card process or because they have DACA, it's not the same thing. But again, you will be expecting a lot of delays as you travel. So be mindful of that. Welcome, everybody's joining us on TikTok right now. Get some questions. If you want to ask questions on video on YouTube, I will post the link um, right here so you can join on video. And if you're watching this on TikTok, just join the conversation, join the queue, and I'll add you as well. All right, let's see. Can U.S. citizen travel with no problem, or or this is going to impact U.S. citizens? U.S. citizens shouldn't have any issues. The only things you'll see is just the delays at the entry, but U.S. citizens shouldn't have any problems, even if you're naturalized. I'm from New York City. This is a question for Veronica. My neighborhood is 90% Hispanic, including new immigrants who could be in serious trouble, even though New York is a sanctuary city. Um, I mean, for sure. I mean, Los Angeles is a sanctuary city. They had raids yesterday. I'm in San Diego. We had raids today. Two facilities, manufacturing facilities, and ICE agents were seen next to a school. And this is San Diego, where I'm at. So, these things are happening all over the country. I even posted a video earlier today on TikTok, and I listed all the cities that they having raids in the past week: Chicago, Dallas, Los Angeles, San Diego, Denver, Atlanta, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and they're also starting in Boston. And you can see on the X account of the Department of Homeland Security Investigations Unit, they actually tell you where they are. Thanks, Carolina. Um, good evening, everybody. So yeah, post your questions, and I will over here. Okay, Marcin saying, will anything change with domestic flights? I don't think so, but I was just asking. Nothing is going to change with domestic flights at the moment, but once they introduce the real ID in May, it will be harder to travel. It'll be harder to travel. Right. Let's see. We've got Cynthia is asking, are DACA recipients able to get H-1B visa without legal entry? Correct. Yes, Cynthia. In fact, I'm having a big H-1B webinar. The link is in the description of my TikTok for the webinar. So join tomorrow. I'll talk about how DACAs can switch to H-1B and come back in legal status, and many other people that are looking to apply for the H-1B process. So the link is in my TikTok bio, and I'm also posting it right here. For those of you watching it on YouTube, the link is in the comments. You still have time to join. We still have a few slots, but I'm going to talk about how DACA can move to H-1B. And also, there are different things you can do to try to fix the paperwork. Brenda, can I fix my husband's papers while I have my ex-husband's last name? It doesn't matter. I mean, even if you have your ex-husband's last name, if you're with your current husband, and you're in a bona fide relationship, then you should still be able to file for him. So yeah, join if you want to join me on video, join the request, and I'll add you in a second. And those of you watching on YouTube, if you want to join, you can join right here. The other thing with the travel bans is, they're going to start. It's going to be. The way I see it, it's going to be a little bit more confusing because they're going to issue a list of these countries, but then are they all going to be banned who are traveling from this country, or is it just if somebody is in a particular category? I think they're still trying to work it out. The reason why this executive order was issued now is because they're trying to put some fear into people who are worried about traveling to coming to the United States, or they want to make sure that people are aware that their country might be targeted. but it's kind of it's still vague. So we still have 2 months. So if you are looking to apply for visa stamping or anything that requires your travel, you should do it now before it's too late. Let me take a few questions from Instagram. We have a lot of people here. Carlos, my sisters tried an appointment worth. They said, um, Carlos, okay, just send me a DM. Send me a DM on Instagram, and I'll have my office try to contact you. Melania, can you get deported if you have a VAWA pending and have a work permit and Social Security? So if you have a VAWA pending, you should be okay. Right now, there's no issues with VAWA. Sergel, Serge Legal, do you think H-1B to green card will be longer process now? I think so. I think it will be longer because of the backlogs. It's already long right now. Let me see here. But Carlos Diaz, please send me a DM so we'll figure out why there was a delay to contact you. Um, is the Parole in Place program shut down at this point? Yes, Parole in Place is shut down for sure. How about C1D? Can I get a Social Security and a work permit? No, C1D is a transit visa. You can get it. Is there asylum for U visa? To So asylum is one thing. U visa if you were a witness of a crime. So that is basically what it is. MSP spotter K1 visa process be okay in the Trump administration. Um, so yeah, so K1 visas are fine right now. They're quite fast actually. So if you are doing this, it's it's I, I would apply for a K1 visa right now because marriage cases are very, very slow. Shirley is asking, um, can you help clients in all 50 states? This question comes up every live. So I'll say it again. Yes, we help clients in all 50 states and all over the world. And any of you who wants to book a consultation, if you're watching this on YouTube, there's a phone number right here. Just screenshot that number and send me a text. We'll get to you. Probably take us 1 or 2 days because we are really, really behind right now, but we will get to you. All the numbers are recorded there and you'll get a response. Um, and if you're watching this on TikTok, go to my bio. There's a phone number in my bio. Screenshot it, send me a text while I'm on the live. So we'll be able to try to give you a priority. But that's the best way to get a hold of me, using the phone number in the bio. And for you guys watching this on YouTube or Instagram, there's a phone number right here. Marley says, I have an approval. Oops, here we go. I have an approval from a 601A from my mother. If I stop you, if you have a 601A approval, can I be deported? My name is Lucia. Thanks, Lucia, for your question. And anybody who wants to join live, use the link. So remember, if you're in the process of 601A, you probably have an I-130 that has been approved. Most likely, they're not going to find you to be a target for deportation. But like I said, even if they detain you, you can talk to an attorney, you can get a bond, and you'll be released. Okay? So it shouldn't be a problem. You can do that. And if you are, we have a lot of questions here from Facebook. Do you work with petitions? Giovanni is saying, yes, I work with petitions. Absolutely. Just use the phone number here or send us a DM on Instagram or Facebook to get a response. All right, so let's see who wants to join us on video right here on TikTok. Let me know where you're from and ask your question.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good.
I have a question.
Sure.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, of course, of course.
So I wanted to see if there was any way. Obviously, it's too much to explain in here, and I would do a consultation. But basically, summarizes like we overstayed. I have 2 kids that were there for about 10 years or so legally, but it's just this past year that we couldn't get a visa.
Okay.
So we kind of overstayed because me and my wife are from different countries,
Yeah.
so they wouldn't let her go into my. Oh, and so we kind of didn't really have a choice besides just kind of stay.
Yeah.
Is there any way that we can fix our status at all with any sort of visa, any sort of anything?
So it's a good question, and I think a lot of people I see in the comments here on YouTube as well and TikTok. So essentially, both you and your spouse are undocumented. You came here illegally.
And I don't know anything, so if this is a dumb question, that's
Yeah.
fine. To just like get the guidance or hire a lawyer and just go straight to an immigration judge without eyes catching you or
You
anything,
you
and
you
just being,
you
hey, listen.
you can't do that. So again, if you want to legalize yourself, you can't just go to a judge, right? They have to catch you so you can qualify for the cancellation of removal, or we have to wait for some kind of a law change that will allow us to help you fix your papers. Does it make sense?
I see. Yeah, I just didn't know if it was possible to just go straight
No.
on immigration attorney. Hey,
No.
this is my case. I actually think we have a decent case, but I guess we can't do that. So,
Not for now. But
can anybody get a U visa?
well, like I said, I want to be able to answer your questions, but there's so many people waiting. So,
Okay, no worries, no worries.
all right. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, many people are in this guy's situation where they are here currently without status, and they're looking for ways to fix their status, but it's not that simple, right? We have to wait either for the law to change, or if you meet for any of the benefits like a U visa or Section 245I, if you came here for before a certain time. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's millions of people in the same situation. Let's look at some questions from Instagram. BNX. I have a quick question, please. My friend in USA just got a misdemeanor charge and he's a green card holder. Can this be a problem for him? So, if you're a green card holder and thanks, Ioni, too, I appreciate it. Let's get that challenge up. Any criminal issue could be a problem for travel, and especially we don't know what's going to happen when they start increasing the enforcement. So it's hard to say. Thanks, guys. We got a lot of people here from Seattle, Virginia, New York, San Jose. Rue is asking, I would like to apply for a green card. Just got married to my husband. He's American. Do you think how long is it going to take? So processing times right now are about 10, 11 months for marriage case, but it's going to take longer, probably going to take longer where with the restrictions under the Trump administration. I totally see it getting longer. Another question: why are the I-130s taking a long time with all that change? Will that change soon? The reason why I-130s are taking for so long is because the backlogs. There's so many backlogs right now, specifically in family-based cases like that. So I don't think that it's going to get better under Trump, to be honest with you. People are asking, what about EB3? EB3 is also very slow. My parents, this is from Cesar. My parents are from Mexico and are applying for a visa T. Will they still be able to travel to Mexico when they have a residency? Or can you explain the T visa? So the T visa is for victims, when you were abused at work, victim of abuse at work mostly, or you've been subject to trafficking, and you can be undocumented in the United States and still be able to get the T visa if you meet those requirements. Mr. Moob says, can you please talk about I-130 processing? I'm F2B from India. So as I mentioned before, I-130, for any of you who are coming from India, China, Mexico, it's going to take a long, long time right now. The backlogs were also under Biden. It's not going to get better under Trump, unfortunately. Thanks, Huber. Appreciate it. And let's see. Thanks for the hearts and likes. Appreciate it. I applied for advanced parole in November. Typically, how long does the process take? It's about 11 months right now. What about self-petitions under the national interest waiver? Thank you, Simply Murray. Self-petitions are, I'm still behind. Like EB2s are now taking about a year after you get approved. People from India applying for EB2, from China, it's taking forever. I mean, I don't think that the processing times are going to get quicker under Trump. I mean, I know that with marriage cases, he's going to bring back all the interviews. So, people that had interview waived before, those interviews are going to come back for almost anybody who's going through the green card process. Rick is asking, should I leave the house with the green card on my pocket? Should you carry your green card if you're a green card holder, all the raids? I mean, you don't have to carry your green card. I mean, if you want to avoid hassle, you can have a copy of it, but you don't have to. I mean, again, if you want to, for your peace of mind, just get a copy and put it in your wallet and that should be fine. Don't carry your original green cards. If you lose your green card, it's very hard. It's very difficult to get it renewed as well. All right, let's see. Sal is on YouTube. And Sal, can you hear me?
Hi, Jacob. How are you?
Is your camera working?
No, actually.
It's not working. All right, no worries. Let us know what your question is and where you're from in the US.
Yeah, I actually, you just answered one of my questions regarding the I-130 process.
Okay.
I'm from India, and my mother is in US, and
Okay.
she petitioned for my green card in January of 2023. So,
Okay.
yeah, so you already answered the processing time question. I know it's going to take a long time. So my other question is that on my birth certificate, which is extremely important because it's to
Right.
establish the relationship. There's no name on my birth certificate, and so instead of that, my mom submitted some secondary documents like my passport and my
Okay.
Indian documents. So I'm just curious if I'm able to get my name on the birth certificate if I go to my local, government office or something. Can I still do that? Because I hope I'm not too late for that. Or
I mean, you should be able to do it. I mean, I don't see the reason why. I mean, as long as you explain that the issue and they took it, then that's fine. You don't need to do the change. If you want to do it just to save things, to make it easier, then yeah, you can do it. But I don't think it's going to make a difference in your immigration matter.
because it's kind of strange because I read this so much online that in India for some reason most birth certificates, especially, I'm 25 years old. So most birth certificates in 90s or 2000s, they don't really put the name of the infant for some reason.
Right.
So another thing, instead of the birth certificate, can I present any other document, any evidence, if I'm not able to get my name onto the birth certificate?
If you can't get the name on the birth certificate, you can present affidavits in lieu of the birth certificate, right? So you can have affidavits from two people that know about you, and that should be fine.
And that should be from who?
Could be uncles, aunts, people that know about you. That should be
because
fine.
my mother just submitted one affidavit, like her own, where she explains
You need two
why.
affidavits. You need two affidavits that are familiar with your birth, and that should be good.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you so much. Some good question. I'll get some more videos, calls on TikTok in a second. Let me see here. And by the way, if you're watching this right now on TikTok, please follow my account. If you haven't, share the live right now so we have more people joining. The same thing on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. Share the live so more people will see it. And if you want to book calls with me, the number is right here for you guys on YouTube. Screenshot it. And for you guys on TikTok, go to my bio. There's a phone number there. Screenshot it and send me a text right now trying to book a consultation, because my calendar is double booked, but I'll do my best to speak to as many of you during the week. We're doing double shifts just to be able to speak with people. Right now, we're doing the videos about how to protect yourself. And we have a huge webinar tomorrow, H1B webinar. I posted the link in the YouTube comments. And those of you who want to join the webinar, the H1B webinar, the link is in the description of my TikTok as well. So you can sign up. We are waiting for more people to join tomorrow. We'll talk about how to get a self-petition H1B to move from DACA to H1B, all the changes. And we'll be doing a lot of these specific webinars, because the idea behind the webinar, right now we're live publicly. People can see us from everywhere. Maybe some ICE agents are watching this video. If you guys are watching this video, please stop the raids and instead go and eat ice cream or do something else. But we know that people are watching this. It's not a private setting. In the webinars with secure link, we are a private group. We can talk about a lot of things. I can give you more tips and advice that I won't be able to do in a public setting. So please, every time we announce a webinar, sign up fast before it fills up. And they're all free for you guys, for your benefit. So let me take another video question from Simply Maria, which was very passionate, very patient. And then I will get Mr. Huber, who is waiting also patiently. I'll get him as well. Maria, well, welcome. Please put your video.
Good evening.
Put your video if you can, and
Okay, 1 second.
and then ask your question. And those of you on YouTube,
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
So I was brought here when I was a child. Hello.
Okay.
I was 6 years old, so that was back in '96. I've been together with my fiance for several years already.
Okay.
And we were planning on getting married this year.
Okay.
So if I was to get married to him, with that, even though I came here as a child with that, and I don't have DACA or anything, would my process be too complicated? I mean, we do have a couple of kids together, and I know with my other daughter, my oldest daughter's dad, he was very violent to me. So we have reports on that. How much of a guarantee do you think I would have to be able to fix?
When did you marry your current spouse?
We haven't been. We're not legally married.
But
We're supposed to get married this year.
But you're thinking about it.
No, he's out of state right now. But whenever he was supposed to come back, we're supposed to get married.
Okay. So basically, what's going to happen is that once you marry him, even though you came here illegally, even though you have no DACA, you'll be able to go through a process, which is like a waiver, 601A waiver. And there's many things you can do. So the bottom line is that it is possible to fix your paperwork. It's going to take a couple of years, but eventually you'll be able to do it. That's how most people do it right now. Now, they might change the law and it's going to make it, maybe there are going to be other ways, maybe a little bit easier. But if they don't touch the process the way it is now, then you'll do a waiver and then you'll be able to legalize yourself.
My next question is, would I have to exit the country for, I don't know, like how long is that time that I would have to exit the country
So
for? Do you know?
it depends. Right now, people leave for a few weeks because what happens is once the waiver is approved, only then you schedule the appointment. And when you get there, you do the medical exam. If there's no issues, you shouldn't be there too long, maybe a couple of weeks, and then you come back with your immigrant visa. And then when you enter the U.S., you get your green card in the mail.
Okay.
So as long as you
because I have small children.
absolutely, and in many cases, we also make notations in the file that you have children and you want to be able to come back sooner, and they'll consider it. But as long as your only issue is that you overstayed, I'm sorry, that you entered here without inspection and you never left, and you have no criminal record, and you have no misrepresentation, then you should be fine. You get your waiver and you come back.
Okay.
All right. So
my
yeah,
next question, real quick. Sorry.
we want to do one question at a time because I have so many people waiting, and I want to be
Okay.
fair to everybody. But
Yes. Okay.
if once you get married, feel free to contact me, and I'll be very happy to help you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Of course. And like I said, guys, nothing has changed in terms of other processes. Like we can still file green cards. I can still do waivers. This is still doable. Do you represent and appear clients during court proceedings? Yes, we have attorneys at our firm that do removals, deportations. I personally don't go to court as much anymore. I've been doing this for 21 years, so it's time for me to focus more on advocacy, what I do, creating content, leading the firm, doing strategy. But we have a lot of good attorneys at the firm that do deportations and help with bond. If you get detained, remember you are eligible for a bond. You should be out of there. You need to speak with an attorney. You should keep your attorney's phone numbers with you. You should keep with you the Know Your Rights card that tells you what happens when they come to your house, what happens when they come to your work. I've done many videos on that. Save those videos. But you have rights, guys, and you need to be empowered. That's why we're here on this live, where we're sharing information, where we're talking about what you should be doing, answering questions, planning those private webinars where I can tell you even more. And I'm building a membership where we can dive deep even further, talking about what to do, follow your journeys through your entire immigration process inside our membership. Very, very cool things that we'll be releasing in February, and that you're going to be the first one to hear about it. But the one thing you should do right now, if you're on TikTok, please follow my account, share the live, and go to my bio, screenshot the phone number, send the text right now to book a consultation. My calendars are double booked right now, but I'll be working double shifts to be able to speak with you. And those of you on YouTube, the number is right here. Let me take Menas on a video call in a minute, but we have a lot of people on Instagram also asking questions. I'm trying to get to all the questions. I wish you could see those questions on the same platform, but somehow I have to move between the platforms. DACA recipient married to you. This is Nidia. Nidia from Instagram is asking, I'm married to your citizen for over a year. I don't have a legal entry. Can my spouse petition me for adjustment of status? If you don't have legal entry, you will have to exit the country. But if you got your DACA before the age of 18, then you don't need a waiver. You should do it now. Remember, guys, if you're eligible for benefit, marriage, citizenship, anything like that, do it now before any travel bans, before the bigger restrictions are going to come in a few months. If you're eligible, you should do it now. There's no point to wait. Cesar is asking, my parents are from Mexico and are applying for a T visa. Will they still be able to travel? I just answered the question. They are not going to be able to travel. How hard it is to get 212D3 waiver approved for a drug offense from outside the country? Anything criminal like that, we need to evaluate. We need to look at your records. 212D3 waivers are non-immigrant waivers are very powerful waivers, but anybody that has a criminal thing, we need to look at it to assess and to see if it's something that we can help with. All right, let's get Minas on the video. He is on live on YouTube right now.
Yes,
Where are you
sir.
from? And one question.
I do, and I appreciate the work you do. I got a couple. I got two questions. The first one is um, regarding the EB3 unskilled visa. Is it safe
Okay.
to travel the current the renewed EAD is pending, still pending, given the fact we already have a 540 days extension, automatic extension. Is it safe to travel with a current advanced parole?
Yeah. So remember, as I mentioned before, advanced parole, they're safe to travel, but currently, especially in the last 3 days, a lot of the officers of the border are being confused about this parole, and they are stopping people that are questioning them. But you should be fine as long as you have parole and you have the proof of the reason why you traveled. They should let you in, and you shouldn't have any problems.
Appreciate you. Second question is it's regarding the same situation on the EB3 unskilled visa. While working for the sponsor, is it okay to open a company, like a small LLC, doing a side hustle while working for the sponsor?
I mean, no. I mean, you're not supposed to do the side hustle because if you're working for one sponsor, legally you're supposed to only do that one thing. Once you get your green card, then you can do whatever you want.
I
But you
appreciate
shouldn't be. I wouldn't do it because it's going to show up on your taxes, and it's going to mess up your green card.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Thanks so
Thanks.
much. Because remember, guys, if you are going through the green card process and you're doing Uber, you're doing consulting, you're doing Amazon stuff, it's gonna show up on your taxes and it's gonna mess up your green card at the end of the process when they check on you. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it if I were you. What is the impact of the new administration on IR1, CR1 visas? That's a good question. The impact is that they're going to be slower. You're going to see more delays in the processing. It will take longer to get appointments at U.S. embassies and consulates, and it's going to be a mess. Got a question from Germany here. Jimmy is asking a question on YouTube. With the Trump policy, the visa bulletin will go forward, EB3 or other workers? No, I don't think it's going to go forward. I think the EB3 and other workers it's going to be really slow, unfortunately. All right, let's take some more questions here on TikTok. How can you follow me on TikTok? You can follow me. You can click on my face here somewhere, and then it follows you. Thanks for the hearts, and share the live right now because we want to get to 10,000 people at the end of the night, so we can definitely do that. Let me see here. What we need to apply for a work visa and see if you can work here as a nurse. You need to apply for I-130 sponsorship as a nurse. Nurse actually go pretty fast, and you're gonna fall under the EB3 category. Let me take. Let me see here. I know that Homer was waiting for a long time here, but he disappeared. So let me take one more here on TikTok. Hober, I think you disappeared. Come back to the list, and I'll bring you back.
Hello?
Hello, Jaslyn.
Jaylene.
Jaylyn, where are you from? If you have video, put your video on and ask your question.
Okay. Here, hi, I'm from Virginia Beach. I have a question. So my church is having Feria de Salud.
Okay.
So that's basically when the medical group comes in and they're gonna help like undocumented people, basically.
Like a free workshop.
You check up.
Like a workshop.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I just want to know what the protocol. I kind of already know what the protocol is because I know you posted it. Like if ICE was to come, then I mean we don't have to open the door. But my thing is, so if we don't, and we ask for the warrant and we check, and if they do, or if they don't have it, and they forcefully come in, do you record it or do you not?
Absolutely. In fact, I made a video about this a couple of days ago where I told people I recommended to document ICE raids when they come in a polite way. You turn your camera on, and the reason why is because this is will be they'll be concerned about doing something illegal like breaking the door, which I mean they don't really do that unless there is a criminal that they're looking for. They know they're hiding. They're not gonna usually they don't do that. They are very severe consequences for them doing something like that. But yes, if they forcefully enter, you can record, you can request the badge number, you can, you know what I mean? Like I said, but remember, if they're behind the door of a house, you can request them to slide the warrant under the door. You look at the warrant. Like I said, I made a video that shows you the difference. If it doesn't say court on it, like immigration court or whatever, federal court, or a judge's seal, and it's just ICE agent signed the order, then you don't have to open the door. They all most of these warrants are signed by agents, not by judges. It's very difficult to get an order from a judge. So that's what you should do. And also remember, if they are detained, they do have the right to speak with the lawyer, and the lawyer can help them get a bond. Many of them are signing documents. They're saying to them, sign the document so we can let you go. Do not sign any documents. Once you sign a document, it will be harder to help you. So make sure you say that.
Translating there, so I want to make sure that I know, so I tell them and I can tell the pastor.
Yeah, yeah.
And the people in the back.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
thank you so much for your work. That was my question. I'll
Yeah.
be watching your video. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. So yeah, so like I said, we'll keep doing the videos where we tell people exactly what they need to do in those situations, because it's very, very stressful right now. People are asking, Mel is asking, are they deporting green card holders? Well, they're not going to deport them unless they committed a crime or something like that. Thanks, Jimmy. I appreciate it. All right, let's see who else is here asking questions on TikTok. We're almost going to be ready to end the live on YouTube. We're getting to our time here, but we're still going to be here on TikTok for a little bit because I started later, as always. Once again, remember, the purpose of the video today on YouTube was to address some questions about travel. People are concerned, can they travel? If they're green card holders, will they be able to come back on the 751 receipt? You'll find nothing has changed in that respect. The orders that they stopped the paroles have stopped, and also, certain countries are being targeted right now in terms of who can continue to get the benefits, like the humanitarian parole, like Venezuela, El Salvador, Colombia. But aside from that, everything else continues. You can still apply for your citizenship. You can still apply for a green card based on marriage. You can still travel with caution. But the raids continue, and that creates a lot of stress with people. And, it's very important for people to be aware of their rights inside the United States. And that's the reason why I keep posting those videos every single day. All right, guys. So thanks a lot for our friends on YouTube. This is a weekly live stream. We're going to be here every Monday, and we might have a bonus stream on Thursdays. They come up sometimes around the same time. So thanks for watching. If you're here and you want to book a consultation with me, use the number here on the screen and do it right now, and mention that you were here on YouTube or Instagram. And for the people on Instagram, let me take a few more questions on Instagram here before we end the live on YouTube. How long after marriage, this is from Isa Phase, should I wait to apply for a green card? Can I start the process a couple of weeks after marriage? You can start the process immediately after you get married. There's no need to wait. Once you get married, you can safely apply for the green card, and you better do it now. If you're married, the sooner the better, because processing times are still quite fast. All right, guys, thanks a lot for our friends on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're here for the first time, and we'll see you at our next stream next week. And watch for our emergency streams, because so much information is out there. We might be doing another one on Thursday. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you all.